Hi everyone, this is Jen Sargent, and this is video journal number 3 for Human Behavior in the Social Environment class at CCV. And the question that we are discussing in this journal is, what is in any particular situation that causes a problem to continue despite the fact that the individual wants to change and get better? And when I was thinking about the answer to this question, I was thinking about different situations in my own life that I have experienced with loved ones or friends that have had problems with mental illness or addiction, and the things that caused them to be unable to completely change at a certain point in their life when they had wanted to. And one of the key factors that I have found is the environment in which the individual is living, the social environment and the family environment. And if there's no support from in any one of those situations, it can make for a very, very difficult change in the individual's life. If someone is addicted to alcohol or drugs and they continue to hang out with the same people, stay in the same environment, live in the same home, and they have the triggers that set them off to engage in destructive behavior, it will make it very, very difficult, despite the desire to change, to actually change. Other factors that will prevent individuals from being able to change is their own resistance to change. A lot of people want to do it. A lot of people have the desire to do it. But when it comes down to actually having to go through the work and the steps, they're very resistant. If someone is told that they need to stop hanging out with certain people because they're a bad influence, that may cause them to resist the need to want to do that. And then the social environment is a key factor in preventing someone from being able to fully recover from an addiction. My example that I can use is my husband is addicted to alcohol, and his family is very much into that, and that is how they celebrate every situation. That's how they cope with mourning of a death. That's how they deal with holidays. And in order for him to be able to recover from that, we had to move away from them, away from that situation, to allow for a full and complete and total recovery, despite the fact that one tries very, very hard to avoid that. When put in those certain situations, it's sometimes unavoidable. There is something important that social workers need to remember, and that is that no matter how much we as social workers want the individual to change, we cannot force them to change. We cannot make them change their environment, move out of state, break ties with friends or family. We can only recommend and suggest it. Some important things to remember is to focus on a person's positive skills, have them be able to talk about the things that are important to them, the talents that they have, and try and guide them to pursue those things so that they can find a new social environment, a new group of people to hang around with and talk to and interact with, and that can help lead to a more positive feeling for that individual. A lot of people have a hard time adapting to new situations and coping with new situations, so that can also hinder the person's desire, or not desire, but rather the person's ability to conquer an addiction or fight get the proper help to fight a mental illness, and the dependency that they have on certain people in their lives. So it is important to also look at it from educating the family and friends, if they're interested in helping the individual, setting up therapies and allowing for families to actually understand what the individual is going through as they're trying to conquer their own demons. And it's important to look at the whole environment of the person, not just the individual themselves, but the family history, the triggers that set the individual off, and guide them to find the proper resources to make things better. We have to, as social workers, we have to allow the individual to make mistakes. We have to allow them to understand and pinpoint the things that are preventing them from actually making a full recovery in any aspect of their life, whether it be financial, mental illness, addiction. Oftentimes people will want to get out of poverty or off of welfare or something, but because they've fallen into this habitual pattern of it, they expect it in their lives. And when things start to change for them, they find something to make it not be so successful. They find that one thing that's bad, and then they fall back into the pattern. So it's important to build up the individual's skills, to focus on their positive attributes, and encourage them to pursue things that enhance their talents and their skills, and to allow them to venture out from their normal social circle. So those are a few things that I feel that are important to focus on when someone is trying to fight an addiction or come out of a depression or any unfavorable situation in their life. And it is those are the things that prevent someone from doing that, because it's so easy to fall into a pattern of negative behavior. And as a social worker, it's important for us to build on those things and to include everyone who wants to be included into the recovery as a whole, not just the individual. Thank you for watching, and it's been a great semester. Thanks.